Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk to you about Fear the Walking Dead has been canceled. This is its final season. I'm not even sure what number season they're at. Is it 8? Is it 9? I'm not really sure. They came close to making it to 11 like its predecessor and everything, but they just couldn't do it. And I'm not surprised at all. Like, I'm really not surprised because I've never particularly liked this show, not even from the beginning. It had an interesting premise, it had interesting plots, but the show was always just kind of a jumbled mess of them trying to be similar to The Walking Dead, but also trying to be better and different. And to me, they could never really accomplish that. Sometimes they went too different in a bizarre, like, nature and everything. Because I remember like that one season, like they just always had like, okay, the first season was supposed to be like what happened during the apocalypse, like the beginning parts that we never really got to saw in The Walking Dead. But for me, they never really told a true story of how the apocalypse kind of like started and how everybody freaked out and all this and that. It felt more like a family drama. Then the second season had some really interesting stuff with them being out to sea and then them being in Mexico and this and that. But then it just kind of went in an odd kind of like direction. And then they started killing off characters people liked. Then after that, it was just people just going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And then they tried to like make things better in season 4 by bringing in Morgan and changing the tone of the show and bringing in new characters. Like I said, the fourth season, the first half was actually pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that. But then by that second half, it just went kind of stupid. And then there's that one, and then every villain they had after that was just really lame. Like the lady who wanted to make people stronger by poisoning them. The lady with the keys, and Teddy nuking everything, and then them nuking everything with everything just being like a wasteland, and they couldn't really do much because they had to always wear masks, and then Strand became like a villain, like finally, and then they didn't even kill him off, and now he's back being with the good guys, and it's just kind of like by them not even killing Strand, it kind of made you think, well, what was the point of him ever being a villain? Like, yeah, he was a scummy guy in the past, but now they really wanted to like make him front and center the villain, and they couldn't even pull the trigger on that towards the end. And now he's still on the show with the good guys and going to civilization. So all them people he killed, now he gets to go to civilization and live with the good guys. And it's just kind of like, well, what was the point in that entire season if he wasn't even going to do what he really wanted to accomplish? Then they got rid of Madison a long time ago. Then they got rid of Alicia. Then the dude who played John Dory, he wanted to leave and everything. The dude who played Nick wanted to leave. And so then they thought, okay, maybe we can make things better by bringing Madison back from the dead. And it's just like, dude, how did she even survive and everything? And now she's kind of like villainous and everything. And they ruined the Morgan character so much because he was such a cool character on The Walking Dead. And it's to the point where a lot of people gave up on this show. And then Luciana does absolutely nothing. They got rid of Walton for a good long time. So it's like, where the dude in the wheelchair went? Oh, he's alive and everything. Then they killed the bounty hunter dude off, only to bring in his twin brother. And stuff. And it was like, cause they realized they made a mistake by killing that dude off, and now he's supposed to somehow make it across the ocean to where it is they want to go in the last season. And it's just kind of like the show never really knew what it wanted to do. And the dumbest thing of all is when Strand and Charlie was floating in that giant hot air balloon that was in the shape of like a beer bottle. It was the most ridiculous thing ever. And so then they got rid of Althea and everything, and then there's the helicopter people. And it's just like the show never knew what it wanted to be. And it kept shifting with every season, and to the point where people just kind of got irritated with it. Then there were some interesting characters that was introduced in season 2 and 3 that are technically still alive, that was kind of villainous a little bit, but then they completely just wrote those people off and nobody knows where they are. Like the Asian lady from season 2 who was on the airplane. You know, like they just completely got rid of her character, and she still acts, and I think she wants to return, but you know, they never called her back. And the dude, what's the dude's name? Madison's boyfriend from season 1. He wanted to leave, so they killed him off in the 3rd season. And it's like when people want to leave the show, that's a bad sign. And all the showrunners didn't like help because there's so many different showrunners and different writers coming in. And so it's kind of bittersweet. Where I like the cast and characters, I just never particularly liked the show. And now it is finally coming to an end. And The Walking Dead have all these spin-offs, so they probably want to focus on that since people are tuning out of Fear the Walking Dead. I don't even know if people even really, the people have to still watch it because it still gets ratings, but I'm pretty sure those ratings are like dropping and stuff. And people are more so making fun of the show than they are enjoying the show. And you know, at some point in time, this whole Walking Dead universe has to come to an end. I don't want to watch none of the spinoffs. I don't care about Daryl being in London for whatever reason and stuff. I don't care about Negan and Maggie hanging out because those two should hate each other, you know. And it's like Telltale was boring, Beyond was boring, and it's just like it needs to come to an end. Hurry up and do the whole Rick and Michonne thing and just ended already. And the sad part is I wanted to see Morgan and Rick reunite, and that's never gonna happen now. And that totally sucks. And I still can't believe what they did to the Morgan character. It's just, man, like he was so cool in The Walking Dead. And man, it's like everything's coming to an end this year. Like TV wise and stuff. This is the final season. The actress who played Luciana posted it on her like Instagram. It is the final season coming in May and everything. And you know, getting rid of Alicia and that was like the tipping point for me right there. That was the huge tipping point because I came into this show because of the franchise and because of the actress. And it's even to the point where she wanted to leave. Like everybody wants to leave this show. And that is a huge sign, like right there and stuff, you know? And it's time for this show to come to an end. It really is. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.